and sisters, let's celebrate Andrew Cuomo.
Thank you. Good morning. God is good. The church is the place where I have found peace. So I thank you very much for allowing me to be here with you at this historic Bethany Church to worship with you. To Reverend Dr. Lacy, he describes himself as a pastor, theologian, activist. And he is all of those things. With me, he's more of an activist. But he is the real deal. And what he does for the congregation, for the city, for the state, we all owe him a debt of gratitude. Let's give him a big round of applause. And the doctor mentioned COVID. COVID was interesting in a lot of different ways. But one of the things it did is it showed you people's character. Because that's when you see the truth about people. When the times are tough, when times are good, it's easy. Everybody smiles. But when times are tough and times are frightening, then you see what they're really made of. And Dr. Lacy, in the middle of COVID, when everybody was scared and nobody knew what it was, he stepped up and said, I want to get involved. I want to help. I want to distribute PPE. I want to be doing vaccines. I want to be able to do everything I can for my people. And he put you first, and himself second. I also want to give regards to the First Lady, Cheryl Matthews Lacy, who is the partner and the power. And to their beautiful and extraordinary children, Cameron, Alexandra, and Adolphus Matthew. Enjoy them, it goes fast. My parents used to say that it goes fast. And I used to say, yeah, it doesn't go that fast. Now, it goes fast. One of mine just got engaged. I swear it was just yesterday. I was in the delivery room, and now she's getting engaged to get married. It goes fast. Now we're planning the marriage. That doesn't go so fast, the planning of the marriage. It's amazing. Everybody has an opinion on everything. I've never seen anything like it. There's something to be said for eloping, by the way. Elope, come back, we'll give you a party. I'm suggesting that subtly to my two other daughters. But let's talk about today. Because the world today is a frightening place, my friends. We have real problems, and I am worried. I'm not worried about the problems. I'm worried that we're not being honest about them and honest in trying to solve them, because in life, you will never solve a problem you are unwilling to admit, period. So let's talk about the truth. Let's talk about the plain truth, the truth that you know because you live it. The truth is New York is in crisis, and it feels out of control. And there is a growing sense that it is lawless and rudderless. 70% of New Yorkers, 70%, think that they could be a victim of a crime. People are afraid to go down and ride the subways. People are afraid to walk the streets with these thugs who now walk up and punch a woman in the face for no reason. People are afraid of the dangerously mentally ill who have been incompetently and inhumanely abandoned to the streets. It's not right for the public, and it's not caring for the homeless. On drugs, there's good news and there's bad news. Good news is the drug dealers are off the corner. The bad news is they open storefronts. We have 2,000 illegal pot shops in New York City. 2,000. Everywhere you go, you smell marijuana. It's almost like everyone got a new perfume or a new cologne called Eau de Ganja, wherever you go. Lawlessness. The justice system and prosecutors play politics. For too many, it's about headhunting and headlines. And New York's quality of life is suffering. And now with remote work and with mobility, people are voting with their feet. Listen to this. Since COVID, more people left the state of New York than any state in the United States of America. And the truth is, we aren't solving our problems because too many politicians have lost touch with reality, your reality. And they've forgotten the fundamental proposition that government is there to make change. It's not about talking, it's not about press releasing, it's about making changes and achieving accomplishments and results that make your life better. That's what government is all about. But today, political opinions are intense, and politicians are afraid. They're a deer in the headlights, and they are politically paralyzed. We now have Democrats who say that they are afraid to enforce the law. Their slogan is disarm, defund, and disband the police. That is the dumbest political statement I have ever heard, and I've heard a lot of dumb ones. Can you imagine John F. Kennedy or Bill Clinton or Barack Obama or David Dinkins or Mario Cuomo saying such a thing? 75% of the victims of crime, black or brown people. 75%. And the number one job of government is public safety. It's keeping you and your family safe. So yes, we need police. Trained, respectable, honorable police who work in partnership with the community. But yes, we need police. Because their argument is all ideological, theoretical. Maybe in a perfect world, you don't need police. Maybe in utopia, you don't need police. But we live in the real world. We live on the real streets, and it is a practical necessity to have an effective police force. Maybe you don't need it if you have a doorman and a security guard and you have a driver. But otherwise, when you hear a noise in the middle of the night and you dial 911, you want someone to come. I can tell you that much. The truth is, the influx of migrants is another example of just government dysfunction. What did they think was going to happen when they went to the border and they said, "Come to America. We'll put you in a hotel room. We'll feed you, education, health care, and it's all free." Tens of thousands came. And now you've overwhelmed the city of New York, and Mayor Adams is right. The federal government is to blame. They control that border. And then the federal government was nowhere to be found. And then the state government basically told the city to drop dead. And they have handed us the bill for all of it. Now, it's going to cost New York City $8 billion for migrants. $8 billion. Think about that. We don't have money for affordable housing. We don't have money for better health care. We don't have money for new schools. But we can spend $8 billion on migrants. It is crazy. The state contributes 25%. But New York City takes all the homeless for the state of New York. It's just unfair. And this week we saw more lawlessness. we saw pro-Hamas demonstrators taking over college campuses. Hamas is a terrorist organization. We were attacked by a terrorist organization, 9/11. And we said, you cannot negotiate with terrorists. And we spent 10 years tracking down the terrorists who killed Americans. Hamas brutalizes people, murders people, rapes people. They are still holding hostages. And their goal is to abolish Israel and kill Jewish people. Now, of course, there's freedom of speech. We cherish that right. But that doesn't allow you to discriminate against someone based on their race, their religion, or their creed. It doesn't allow you to harass or intimidate other people. The rabbi at Columbia University told Jewish students not to come back to the campus because it was too dangerous. So he told them, don't come back. Now, this is the Upper West Side in Manhattan. This is not Poland in 1938. Don't tell the Jews to stay home. No one in this city should be afraid to come out of their house because of their race or religion. Let them go back to the campus. And if the so-called demonstrators break the law, then arrest them and enforce the law. So yes, we have troubles, but I leave you with 2 points. First, there's no reason to despair, because this is New York, and we are New Yorkers, and there is no problem that we cannot solve when we put our collective mind to it. Think about it. We build the tallest buildings on the globe. We build beautiful new airports. We build big, long bridges. We build new subway lines. We went through Hurricane Sandy. We went through 9/11. We can solve anything that we put our mind to. That is the truth. But government only works when you get involved. My father used to say, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. I never understood what that meant, but he said it all the time. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. Politicians are like weather vanes. Whichever way the wind is blowing is where they point. And if you don't speak up, if you don't put on pressure, if you are not an activist like Dr. Lacy, then you lose. It is that simple. And it is time for your voice to be heard, voices of reasonableness, responsibility, and common sense. We have to stop the extremists who are now controlling our government. We have to stop the dysfunction, and we have to start making progress again. If you step up and you make your voice heard and you lead, the politicians will follow you, I promise you. Second point is this. Yes, we have disagreements. We always have and we always will. Because we are different people from different places. And that is actually what makes New York so special. When we are at our best, our diversity is not a weakness. Our diversity is a strength. Different cultures, races, religions, learning one from the other. Proverbs 27. As iron sharpens iron, one person sharpens another. The question is how we handle our disagreements. That is the question. And the key is for us to remember that listening is more powerful than yelling. Understanding is more powerful than condemning. Reconciling is more powerful than resenting. And the open hand is more powerful than the clenched fist. When we make that our reality, that will be the day that New York fulfills its promise and its destiny. And that will be the day that we fulfill Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's words when he said, "A place of radiant stars of love and brotherhood will shine." Together, we will fulfill that promise and will make New York better than ever before. Thank you and God bless you.